Vac in Ha Giang province, a region famed for its stunningly vast mountain ranges built upon the karst plateau. These rocky mountains are home to hundreds of ethnic minority communities who rely on this land to live. It's all about farming here, and this is the ploughing and corn planting season. With such difficult terrain, their job is no Sunday stroll. I want to learn about how they deal with this rough terrain and what techniques they employ to overcome the rugged landscape. Seeing a video is one thing, but I wanted to come here and experience the real deal. My name's Nolan, I'm from England.
I'm in Vac and welcome to Vietnam Discovery!
The karst plateau is at least 80% limestone and consists of the fossils of ancient creatures from between 400 and 600 million years ago. Its average elevation is 1,500 meters above sea levels. And people's lives here are intertwined with the lives of the mountains, to the extent that these mountains create the backbone to their cultural identity.
If I was to pick a place in the world not to farm, I think this would rank quite highly on it. There's just no soil whatsoever, it's only rocks. What's going to happen here and how the people deal with this kind of surface. Back onto the rocks now, still going down. Wow, it's quite impressive. They built these dry stone walls, not too dissimilar to what we have in England. All the way up. And whilst these rocks have the use of kind of forming the perimeters of houses, they also have another use, which is what I'm going to learn more about up there.
The bumpy drive was just the start. With so many rocks, there was very little visible fertile land to me. Although farming is the lifeblood of so many people in rural Vietnam, few have to deal with such naturally tough conditions. The main ethnic group in this area are the Hmong people, and it was immediately obvious that they were the experts at making the most of tough conditions. Despite these difficulties, there were still thriving communities here. This was both intriguing and impressive to me.
Every time that they started to go ploughing, it would hit a rock, lift the plough up over a rock and keep going. So to kind of have to remove all of these stones, all of these rocks was a massive task for them. Các chú đang làm gì đấy?
Đá.
À. Chú xếp đá thì làm gì?
Trên đá thì đều cái thay đất. Ở thay đất thì là trồng ngu thì là tốt lắm.
Cho nên nếu không có đá đây,
Đúng rồi.
cứ đá, đúng không? This.
The technique used was logical. Pile the bigger stones on the bottom and put smaller ones on top, filling in the holes.
So, the reason for this is we're on quite a steep gradient here and there's not that much land, so by doing this it prevents the soil from eroding and maximises their land space. We've got the same thing in England, really. Chú ngồi dân tộc gì?
Dân tộc Mông.
Mom ạ?
Dân tộc Mông.
Oh, I like Mom people.
Đúng rồi.
So as you can see, although this is quite hard manual labour, he's always got a smile on his face and just cracking on with him. Cracking on with it, and you've got to feel kind of great about that. So, rất cảm ơn chú.
Okay.
Chào đi về. Crack on. Khỏe lắm. Chào chú ạ. Chúc may mắn. When I initially saw the land that they were using to farm on and grow crops on, it was surprising how many rocks there were there. They were literally everywhere. There wasn't any kind of soil that I definitely wanted to try it. I wanted to try and plough the land using the cow. Xin chào con bò. I've pulled. I've got a new girlfriend. Đi đi đi. Ôi. Bò rất khỏe nhá. Đi đi.
Anh nói như thế anh bảo là
không thể được.
anh phải bảo như thế này nó mới thiêu gió xong rồi nó mới đi. Kia đi đến kia anh bảo là như thế nói biết tiếng mình chứ.
Nói tiếng bò rồi.
Kéo. Anh kéo cho nó đi thẳng hàng mới đi được. Anh được nó mới đi thẳng.
Nặng hơn.
Kéo như thế này nó mới về thẳng.
It's completely new skill to me. Two things at once, two hands. Not my speciality.
With no water irrigation systems, water must be transported from the villages, which is a huge effort for such a large area. The result is, it's only really corn grown here, which they can only grow once per year. This goes on to serve multiple purposes to each family.
After we farmed there, and obviously I noticed the fact that the terrain was not ideal for farming. Although I had no idea before, once we started doing it, I kind of started to understand the techniques and the reasons for the methods that they use there. And all of them, you know, it's logical. The way that they plough, the way that they remove the rocks, the way that they build the stone wall, it all goes together to be able to allow them to farm there, which I would never have known before.
Đất này có nhiều đá đúng không? Cho nên cây có rất khó đúng không? Cho nên lưỡi cây này có đặc biệt không?
Có, lấy cây này làm ở bên chú Lụng bên này mà, mình tự làm.
Chú Lụng sống ở đâu à?
Xó chú Lụng ở đấy mà.
À thế à? Ok, muốn gặp chú trong lâu.
Cây mê lắm rồi, nhịn một tí.
Quá mẹ. Một tháng em kiếm bao nhiêu tiền?
Một tháng thì như mình nuôi bò, nuôi lợn xong là nó mua là 600-700 hơn 1 triệu về mình nuôi thì nó lấy ra thì mình bán được là 2 triệu, 1,5 triệu như thế này.
Anh rất biết ơn, cảm ơn em rất nhiều.
Vâng.
So I understand now the difficulties of this land, but the people here seem to have dealt with the cards that they've got really well by coming up with these different ways to deal with it. So let's go and discover more.
So we're on the road to the ploughmaker's house, Lo. To the side of the road, it's just a sheer drop, cliff faces, and the whole way we've seen kind of farms going up there. So they've come up with methods to deal with it.
I heard that round here, Lo is the don of ploughs. With decades of experience and a secret technique, he's the man I had to talk to. I was directed to a tiny, peaceful village tucked far away in the mountains of Maelvac. Everybody here is a farmer, and everybody speaks local Mon language, which made verbal communication quite difficult. Luckily enough, the children were curious enough into what on earth I was doing in their village to come and talk to me, and it was awesome playing with them. Plus, I eventually found my way.
Probably the single most interesting part for me was that initial walk up into the back of his house, and when I first saw the machine that he uses to smelt the iron.
Lo ơi. Ah. Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, my name's Noel. It's nice to meet you. Nice to finally meet you. I've come here to try and learn about your special plough making process. I wonder if you can teach me and if I can help you to maybe make a plough.
You are a foreigner and you drive through a long way to learn plow making. I'm very pleased to help you. Farming is the only livelihood of the people here, but there is a lot of rocks on the fields, so I come up with making plows for rocky fields to help them.
As Chu Chum Lo said, the first step is preparing the mould, which is specially designed to make a thicker plough which can deal with the craggy terrain. We need to make it as smooth as possible, repairing cracks in the mould with clay and glossing it with a solution of the fine powdered ash and water to give a smooth finish. This allows it to perform better and also makes it look better and therefore sell at market.
It's quite obvious that Chu Chum Lo is a bit of a perfectionist. He's kind of gone over the same spots again and again to make sure it is as smooth as he can get it.
Okay. Anything you say, boss?
It's done now. You're gonna set a fire.
You happy? Good job? Yeah.
Very good job.
Thanks, man.
The machine's design has been in Chu Chum Lo's family for 3 generations, and he will continue to pass down his techniques to his family. A pump forces air into a large kiln, which has a pre-prepared bowl of coal starting to burn. The more air gets pumped, the hotter the flame gets, and after about 40 minutes it's hot enough to smelt iron.
No matter how kind of rustic this machine looks, this is quite smooth, considering that we're in a village in about as rural Vietnam as you can get. There's not even electricity here. And this manages to smelt metal and forge it into plows. It's pretty impressive to me. Yeah, look at that. Woo! What's the difference between this kind of plow and other kinds of plow? What makes this special?
To make the plow for rocky fields, we must mix cast iron with more steel than normal ones. We also need hard coal to keep the kiln hot enough for melting the steel and cast iron.
I recognise the fact that this is extremely hard work and that he's an absolute demon for being able to do this all day, every day. Totally impressed. You relax, man, you chill.
You should keep pumping constantly.
The timing of when you take the metal out and put it in the mould is so important. You can see that this is by far the most manic part of the process. Can I?
This plow is still usable, but just for normal fields. The plow lacked cast iron because there was a leak in the kiln, and the heat is not enough to melt all the cast iron and steel.
So we're fixing that, resealing it, making sure that it's all good to go, doing a bit of quality control, I guess. And then soon enough, we'll go again and trying this time get a plough that's suitable for this land. The fire's about to go up again. That was pretty satisfying last time. Here it goes. So this is the important bit where they do the fast taking out, getting it in the mould. This time, let's hope that they get it right. Boiling metal underneath. Do we have a good plough?
This one is good.
It's your credit. You've got a plough. So this part here is where the wood slips in to kind of complete the rest of the plough. So it's important that it has a smooth finish so that the wood can come in. And he's just making sure that everything's okay. It's time for dinner, and one of the advantages of living here is that all of your vegetables, all of your meat is right here, so it's very convenient.
I was more than happy to accept Chulchum Low's invitation to eat and sleep at his house for the night. What an opportunity for me to gaze further into the lives of people here. First step is dinner time, something I'm a little bit more familiar with. Time to get the apron on and help out his daughter-in-law.
So we need to wash these vegetables, but with no taps, how do we get water? Luckily they've got a well and this water collection system here. So they've got a pipe, they collect the rainwater, drops down into the well fills up and I can collect it. So. Anh chào em. Em có khỏe không?
Có.
Anh rất vui gặp em. Anh tên là Noel. Anh giúp em có được không?
Có được.
Cảm ơn. The food inside the house. The house fills with smoke. It's quite an experience. I'm enjoying myself, but I can't feel like this is 2014, you know? People are still living like this. It's so different to what I know as life and reality.
Men is the staple of this region and consists of ground rice and corn. Despite its blandness, it's packed with carbohydrates which are required for such grueling days on the mountains.
I've had a great day today, a wonderful experience, and I'm looking forward to continuing it tomorrow at the market when we try and sell that plough.
Nào, mai mà có sở chúng mới đi chợ.
Okay.
Sáng mới đi chợ rồi.
Hợp lý. So I'm here with Chulchum Low, who's on his way taking me to the weekly Mailvac market. We've brought with us the ploughs that we were making yesterday and the hope that we're going to sell some. Now I feel a little bit nervous about this because, as I say, this is the one time of the week when people around here can come and sell their stuff. So I really don't want to let him down. I'm going to try my best and sell some ploughs today at the market.
Mailvac Sunday Market is the big go and be seen event of the week here. Hundreds of people from the surrounding villages descend upon Mailvac town to exchange goods, lively stock and catch up on the week's events. It's existed for a long time and is a real cultural event of the area for people from many different ethnic backgrounds with many different ideas and experiences. It goes from dawn till dusk and everybody seems in good spirits.
You can hang around this place for a while. I'll set up the stand near the market gate. Then you can go there to sell the plows with me.
No problem. It's quite heavy. I'm sure you're stronger than me though. Yeah, you good? Bỏ đẹp.
In the cattle section, people can buy and sell cattle for anything up to 15 million dong, or around $700. It's a lot of money and a massively important purchase. The most important characteristic is a cow's strength and ability to plough. Therefore, you can try before you buy and test out a cow's ploughing ability on a nearby field whilst the seller tries to persuade you that it's the best in the land.
Muốn hỏi anh ấy đang làm gì?
Khi mua thì người ta sẽ thử cày, xem có cày nó cày được không.
This is one interesting part of this market. They're kind of testing out the cows to see how strong they are and if they're ready for market. It's an important thing.
Crowds flocking to a footy pitch is a familiar sight worldwide, but it's no jumpers for goalposts here. This is male vac and it's a different sport. People pitch their prize cattle against one another in a fight to prove that their cow is the strongest, heightening their chance of a sale and a big payday.
This is a weekly occurrence here, but it's the first time I've seen anything like this. In Vietnam, you occasionally see kind of cockfights and chicken fights, but nothing of this scale. I get the feeling we're on the wrong side of the crowd. The whole crowd's over there and we're standing over here. Oh, people jumping over the fence, did you see that? Không sợ à?
Không sợ.
Sợ luôn.
After getting out unscathed from the bubbling atmosphere of the cow fights, I felt a drink was in order. So I went to check out the strip of corn wine cellars in the market, the omnipresent drink of choice in the region and a proud part of cultural heritage here. The smell alone was intoxicating.
Over there's just tons of tables of men just sitting around, having a chat, having a drink, catching up on the week's news. It's a pretty big part of the market and I'm glad that we've seen it.
There's no denying it. This hustle and bustle market has a completely electrifying atmosphere. The beautiful colours of the different ethnic minority groups, coupled with the sights and smells of everything which was on offer here, made walking through it an unforgettable experience. It felt totally alive and it was still early days. There were even tailors on hand, armed with sewing machines and stitching gear to get any garments you might desire fit you just right. I'd taken a fancy to the traditional Hmong jacket and wanted to take one home with me.
Out there. Cool.
Wow. Man, thanks for your help.
I feel like I look the part now, I can fit in.
As much fun as I've had walking around the market and seeing the cow fighting, my main reason for being here is to help my mentor, Chu Chum Lo, sell our plough and to try and give something back to him. It's time to find him and see if I can do this.
Have you sold any today? Yeah? Cool. So I think the things that they check for are if it's hard enough, if it's sharp enough, and it seems like the most important thing is the sound when they hit each corner. To check that the process hasn't caused any cracks inside. That would mean that it kind of break up when they use it. Someone was telling me earlier that these ploughs can last for up to 2 or 3 years, so choosing the right one is really quite important. Vừa không vừa xác. Chú mua mua không? Being next to Chu Chum Lo is making selling difficult for me because he's good at it, he knows everyone, and we're not getting a very good flow of people through here, so I reckon we've got to hit the streets, bring the plough, and see how we fare there. Okay, let's do it. Take this, and go. Ai mua lợi cây? Chú mua không? Rất tốt.
lợi cây rất tốt. Mua không? Có rồi à? Rồi, he's got one already. Ai mua lợi cây? Mua à? Lợi cây này rất tốt. Số 1 trên thế giới. It's the perfect sound. Tốt đúng không? Mua không?
Bao nhiêu tiền?
300 thôi.
300.
300 thôi. Ai mua lợi cây này? Đây. Anh mua không? Ôi. We're getting a bit of interest but no sales. Ai mua lợi cây này? Chào em. Oh. Strong as an ox. Ai mua lợi cây này? Ai mua không? À.
Bán à?
Đúng rồi.
Bao nhiêu đây?
Đây là chỗ chú giảm giá là 300.000 thôi.
Tốt không?
Quá được.
Tốt.
Đây lực.
Bao nhiêu?
Nghe đi.
Nhưng mà cái này có chuẩn đúng không?
Nè.
Tốt không?
Lỡ cây này là tốt nhất trên thế giới.
À,
Chào hứa.
Cái này lấy cày nương hay cày ruộng ấy?
Lá cây chân đá.
Nhưng mà ông chén rượu.
Ok, nếu chào uống rượu thì chú
Được.
mua được.
Vâng.
A shot of rice wine for sale. I can live with that.
Tốt
Right.
nhỉ, cái này tốt lắm nhỉ.
It's like music.
200 dưới nhá.
Không được. Cháu sẽ uống rượu với chú và chú mua lợi cây.
Cháu với chú chén
Ok.
này.
Chúc sức khỏe nhé.
À.
Here we go, bottoms up. Jump and jam. Rồi, một cốc thôi.
Chén nữa.
Rồi ơi.
Không là chú cũng lấy đấy.
I think his plan is to get me drunk so that I'll sell it to him for less. Last one. That's it.
Thế là 300 thôi à? Được rồi.
Được à?
Ok.
Yes. Ok. Jump and jam nhé.
Mua chai này nhá.
Không.
Không, nếu mà không
Không.
hết thì chú
Mua đi.
Chén nữa là chú mua luôn.
Chú trả tiền đi.
Vâng, được, nhưng mà cháu phải uống chén này nữa.
I've got no power here. Like, I need to sell this plow if it means having a few shots of this pretty horrible wine.
Cháu ơi.
This is for Chu Chum Lo. When you watch this Chu Chum Lo, this one's for you. Ôi trời ơi, nhiều thế.
Chén này nữa là chú trả tiền nhá.
Ok.
Nhá, 300 thôi nhá.
300 đúng rồi. Ok.
Bắt tay.
Wow. Chào, cảm ơn chú. Yes, it's doing it. It wasn't a joke. Chào, xin cảm ơn.
Chào chú cùng về nhá.
Vâng, chúc may mắn nhé.
Vâng.
Cảm ơn chú. Ok, rồi nhé. 1, 2, 3. Made the sale. Sold a plow for Chu Chum Lo. And I am over the moon about that. Feel ecstatic to have helped the man because he's given a lot to me. My whole time in Ha Giang has been incredible. I've got to experience and look into the lives of people that I probably would never have done before. And I would, from the bottom of my heart, recommend anybody who is coming to the north of Vietnam to visit this region, visit this area, and just experience this, especially this Sunday market, which has been the highlight for me. People from all around just coming round and talking, exchanging ideas, exchanging goods. It's been incredible. This has been Vietnam Discovery. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.